Shalom. Brakta Yahawabashim Yahawashabashim Rakakadash. Peace salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth, humble and sincerely risking your lives. Short exhortation. Best time for edification, like the scriptures say. Well, in season, out of season. Nevertheless, as we coming up on Passover. By the way, the Passover occurred on the full moon, which the real Passover is tonight. Well, this eve, if you will, right? So if you didn't know that, now you know. Like, so I don't know when if I'm gonna post this, but you got until today. The real Passover is right now. That's why if you in Dallas, off topic, if you in Dallas, and you dealing with allergies and you sneezing and your sinuses are acting up, it's because it's the spring, it's the new year, right? So when Yahawashi was crucified, it was a full moon. Don't forget that. Anyway, today, if you will, at Eve is the real Passover. Ain't no 13 months. You ain't adding nothing to it. We don't go off of Babylon calendar, a Julian calendar, a Grecian calendar, which Alexander the Great got that from Egypt. So the same calendar most people are using today, that's the same one from Egypt. The Most High didn't say do away with everything the Egyptians and the Edomites did, except the calendar. Keep that though, so y'all still cool. No, we've never used that. I'll get back on topic, but the Passover is at Eve today. All right. So if you're hearing this, you got time. I don't know whenever I'm gonna post this, but I'll make sure I get it done today. So with that being said, short exhortation, because I run across this all the time. I was getting some meats the other day, and I ran into some Hebrews, if you will, like some of our people at the store. And I was like, well, yeah, we ain't supposed to be eating pork. And every single Christian always run to Mark chapter 7. So I'm gonna show this video, and we're gonna jump into some scriptures, and we're gonna break that down. This the Christian logic. Yahawashi, or they say Christ, died so they could eat this. Let that sink in. He died so they could do and eat whatever they want. Well, it don't matter what I eat, it defiles me. It don't matter. It's what come out of my mouth defile me. We're gonna get into that. So look at this. Their logic, Yahawashi died and was crucified so they could pull the esophagus off of this and eat it and do whatever they want. You should be grossed out right now. I intend to gross you out. You shouldn't be touching this animal. It's filthy. Look at the heathen. Oh, they're going to smoke it and eat it good. Because you're putting the devil in your body by eating this disgusting animal, which the Most High said, do not eat, don't even touch. So Yahawashi died so y'all could eat this. If you really believe that, you're as dumb as you look. There's a barbacoa. This is how I ain't got to get into it. This is how y'all look eating it. So I'm going to get right into some scriptures real quick. We're going to go right to it because we ain't going to run from it, right? Mark chapter 7, right? So we're going to start from the context, right? Verse 1. Then came together unto him the Pharisees and certain of the scribes which came from Jerusalem, right? And when they saw, so context, look at the opening, the original charge, right? And like in the hood, we say, man, you got charged up, etc., etc. Look at the original charge at hand. And when they saw some of his disciples, they saw Mark, Peter, Matthew, etc., eat bread with defiled, that is to say, unwashing hands, they found fault. So what does everybody do today? Y'all children, y'all get in there and wash y'all hands. This how you know if you're a Roman, or if you're a Grecian, or if you're following the ways of the Edomites today. If you literally be like, get in there and wash our hands, where do you get that from? Where that's in the scriptures that the Most High said you need to go wash your hands every time before you eat? This is what Yahawashi, right? Christ the Lord, this is what he was getting at when he was like, why you adding to the commandments? Nigga, where does it say that you gotta go wash your hands before you eat? I know if you've been playing in the mud, cool. But nigga, where's that in the commandments? You think the Most High didn't think about that? Let's keep going, right? For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands off, eat not. I mean, they wash their hands holding the tradition of the elders. Notice they didn't say the traditions of YAHAWASHI. They didn't say the traditions of the Most High. And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not, right? And the manner other things there be, which they receive to hold as the washing of cups and pots, right? Vessels, wash out your cup, put your cup back, use the same cup. Same thing Big Mama and them used to tell us, right? Now I'm going to skip down because you can read this in context, right? I'm going to skip verse 5, verse 6. This is when Yahawashi was like, look, man, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about y'all. Like, y'all niggas know y'all Hebrews, but y'all don't know nothing, right? Verse 7, how be in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men, coming back on what he was saying on verse 3, for the Pharisees, etc., that's the tradition of the elders. That's the commandments of men. What does the Most High say that? So the original charge, right, is them eating without washing their hands. Keep that in mind, right? So, and I'm just skip down for time's sake, right? Verse 15, this is what every Christian like to jump to, right? There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him, but the things which come out of him, they are that defile him, right? In other words, as you see verse 19 and 20, etc., right? This is when Yahawashi was saying, hey, look, it's what goes into your, not what goes into your body, what comes out. I'm going to read it, right? Verse 19. Because it entereth not into his heart, but into his belly, right? And goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. And he said, that which come out of the man that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, etc., etc. Y'all see that, right? Verse 23, all these evil things come from within and defile the man. So they take that like, I can eat whatever I want. He said, it's not what go into my mouth, what comes out. But remember, it was who all was there, right? Verse 2, and when they saw some of his disciples, so the disciples was with Yahawashi when this happened. So we can't just read Mark like the scriptures say, right? We got to read everything. We got to get precepts, right? It's like if you ask somebody, hey, who won that fight yesterday? And you only listen to one person. And then you talk to the other 11 disciples and they say, nah, he didn't win. We don't know why. We don't know why Mark told you that. The other 11 say, nah, he got dropped. That's why the scriptures say, by the mouth or the witness of 2 to 3. So if we go to Matthew, who was also standing there, right? We go to Matthew chapter 15. It's the same. You're going to read it verbatim. But Matthew has more in depth and he gets to the point, right? Look at verse 2. Why do the disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. That's the original charge at hand. That's what the Lord is answering when he says, bro, it ain't about what goes into your mouth. This is the original charge that he's answering, right? Because it's just a little dirt that's going to be on your hands. How many times we all ran from outside and took a piece of chicken or a piece of cornbread your mama cooking as soon as she turned her back? We didn't wash our hands. We just grabbed their leg off the stove and ran back outside. Did we die? No. You're going to just eat it and it's going to go in your mouth and you're going to boo-boo and pee and pee it out. That's it. That's all the Lord is saying. Like, bro, that ain't going to defile you. You're going to be fine. Right? So I'm going to just keep going through that. Verse 11 sees the same context. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth the man, but that which come out the mouth. Right. Verse 12. Then his disciples, because all of them was there. See, Mark didn't quote this part. Then his disciples, Yahawashi disciples came and said unto him, knowest thou that the Pharisees were offended after they heard this saying? You know how you You go back to your homeboy and be like, I say, them niggas were mad. Them niggas were mad that you just told them that nigga, you niggas ain't got to wash your hands. Sit down and eat. That's what was going on. They was beefing. They was trying them, right? That's what his disciples just came to him and said. Say, hey, you know they was mad when you just told them that, right? That's what was going on. In verse 14, this is when Yahawashi, the Lord, commented back to the disciples, man, let them alone. The blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. This will be your Roman Catholic Christian church pastors today. This is what Yahawashi was saying. He said, man, bro, leave them alone, bro. They don't know what they talking about. Talking about you got to go and watch it. Bro, go get you a piece of chicken and go back outside and sit down. Quit playing, right? Go skip down to verse 19, right? For out of the heart proceeded evil thoughts, murderers, adulteries, fornications, theft, false witness, blasphemy, etc. Verse 20, he's answering the original charge at hand. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands defileth not a man. Answering the original charge at hand. It was never about food. Here's why. They were Hebrews. They were Jews. The food that they had in front of them that they were eating was lawful anyway. It wasn't a pig's jawbone. It wasn't shrimp, crab, crawfish. They had lawful food in front of them anyway, because guess where they were? Let's start at verse 1. Then came Yahawashi, scribes and Pharisees, right? Which were of Jerusalem. They was already in Jerusalem, so they didn't have no abominable food there anyway. He was never talking about you can eat whatever you want. They knew what they were supposed to eat because the lawful food was already in front of them. The original charge was verse 2. Why are they transgressing the tradition of the elders, of Big Mama and all of them, and not going to go wash their hands before they eat? He answered it in the very last verse. These are the things which defile, but to eat, bro, to eat without washing your hands. Some of y'all get off work, go through the drive-thru at Starbucks, McDonald's, wherever, and you get a burger and fries, and you eat your fries and stuff on the way home. You ain't stopped and washed your hands. But did you die? No, you didn't die. That's the only thing that the Lord was saying. All right. Now, furthermore, here's a cut. Right? Let's go back to Mark 7, right? Here's how also, I died and put away the law. I died so you can eat everything. Look at verse 21 through 22. That's 12 things that he named. That's more than the 10 commandments. The Most High is trying to correct and reprove a nation. You got more than 10 rules for your own house. Pull up your chair when you sit down. Don't go outside in your good socks. Change into your play clothes before you go outside. Make up your bed before you leave school in the morning. Wash out the tub when you get out. If I can name a multitude, you got more than 10 rules for your own house. That's 12 right there. And of those 12 that you're seeing, look, for example, pride, foolishness, neither one of those are the 10 commandments. Let's get to the 10 commandments in Exodus 20, right? Neither one of those are the 10 commandments. So why would they die and not make it into the kingdom of heaven? Neither one of those 12 that's in Mark 7 and everything in Matthew 15 that Yahawashi named are one of the 10 commandments. So why would they die? Why would they die? Think about this. This prophecy here in Isaiah 66, this has not happened yet. This is Judgment Day. Isaiah 66, verse 15, right? For behold, right, Yahawashi will come with fire and with his chariots, them UFOs, if you will, like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Rebuke means correction. So he gonna correct everybody who think they can eat a pig's esophagus, eat his tonsils and his jaw. Y'all over there eating the pig's wisdom tooth and everything. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. They that sanctify themselves, they that say, I'm saved already. This is all of the Roman religion, Roman Catholic Christian Church. They saved already. And purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst. That's your Saturnalia, that's your Christmas, that's your Nimrod Day. Eating swine's flesh and the abominations, right? And the mouth shall be consumed together, said Yahweh So with that, hopefully you free brothers and sisters have been edified. The law is still in effect. Leviticus 11 is the dietary laws. Shalom.